Today, we are recognizing two men, both professionally successful in their own right. Richard Fichman as a doctor, an ophthalmologist, and Thomas Groark as an attorney. But what links them together, in my opinion, is their incredible commitment to serving the citizens of the greater Hartford region outside their professional success. Dr. Fichman, having pioneered new forms of laser surgery and having been enormously successful in his professional practice, decided to give back to the community in which he spent his youth, the Upper Albany neighborhood of Hartford, just down the avenue from the university's Mort and Irma Handel Performing Arts Center. He built a new office for his successful practice, and he attracted a dentist to take the other office in his new building, thus providing new healthcare services that are not readily available in this neighborhood. It's now my pleasure to call Regent Curtis Robinson and Richard Fichman to come forward.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present Richard Fichman for the degree of Doctors of Humane Letters. Richard Fichman, community champion, innovator, and physician, you have helped lead the effort to revitalize the struggling Upper Albany section of Hartford. You're working hard to breathe life back into a neighborhood where your ancestors first immigrated. You have opened a medical office there and chaired Upper Albany Development, Inc. and the board of directors of Upper Albany Main Street. You started a scholarship program for students in the neighborhood to attend the University of Hartford and have mentored university students who shadowed you through the university award-winning Micro Business Incubator program. As an ophthalmologist, you was one of the first to eliminate sutures in cataract surgery and came up with a topical anesthesia that allowed cataract surgery to be done with eye drops, a method now used worldwide.
Richard Fichman, for your efforts to improve the Upper Albany neighborhood streetscape and building facades and your innovations in eye surgery, the University of Hartford is proud to present you with the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations. Now invite Dr. Fichman to offer a few words to the graduates.
This is a very exciting day. I will always remember it as the day that I was transformed from a turkey to a hawk. Well, I heard a story a while ago that I wanted to share with you. As the sun rose early one morning, a man walked along the beach. Strewn in front of him were dozens of starfish stranded along the shore. He knelt down in front of each one, picked it up gently, cradling it in his hands and returning it to the sea. After a period of time, a young boy approached. "I've been watching you for hours. Why are you doing this?" Well, the man explained that soon the sun would be at full strength, the starfish would dry out, and they would surely die. Is this the only place that this occurs? The boy asked. No, I suppose that it happens all over, many times, many places. Well, all this work that you've done today, it's in vain. You see, there are thousands upon thousands that you will never help. So what difference does it make? Well, the man continued walking down the beach, and soon he stumbled across another starfish. He knelt down, picked it up, gently cradled it in his hands, and he stared at it. And he said very softly, "It makes a difference for this one." Philanthropy of the heart. Over a century ago, my family began emigrating to this very neighborhood. First, my great-grandparents came, and then my grandparents years later. My grandmother was 16 years old. She left everything she knew. She left her friends, her village, her family. She came to escape religious persecution. She and her fellow Jews were hated, hunted, and she was haunted for all of her life by the cruelty that she had witnessed as a young child. But she came here, and she was gently cradled by this community. You see, back then, the tenor of this neighborhood was full of poor immigrants, grateful for the opportunities presented to them. Good friends, good schools for their children, houses of worship. You know, they call this area the gateway to the city of Hartford. But back then, I think it could have been called the gateway to the American dream. 4 generations of my family lived here. I was the youngest, and I've always considered it sacred ground. But like many northeastern cities, industries relocated, factories closed, and the jobs that nourished so many families evaporated. Soon, one by one, small businesses left, buildings decayed, and I would drive through here later visiting, and it was like seeing an old friend with a serious illness. To make things even worse, the richer and glitzier the surrounding areas became, the more down on its luck my old home was. In the past 50 years, very little investment has been made. Oh, the politicians occasionally come by and their words rain down on us like rose petals. But when they're gone, we're left only with the thorns. The institutions that we all rely on to help our most vulnerable citizens have not been of much help here. In fact, only one institution, just one, has had the courage to make a significant investment. That institution, the University of Hartford. They took a derelict, abandoned car dealership and created the beautiful state-of-the-art Handel Performing Arts Center. And they placed it smack dab in the middle of our neighborhood, right on Albany Avenue, for everyone to see. Now, the easy choice, the safe choice, dare I say the smart choice, would have been to locate it right on this lush green campus. That's what the boy on the beach certainly would have recommended. But President Harrison and the Board of Regents decided to connect with the urban fabric of this city. And by making that bold decision, by taking that huge gamble, they forever changed the face of this neighborhood. They created more than a building. They created hope. President Harrison, what you have accomplished here will be celebrated for generations. And I believe that here, in this humble place, you have stumbled upon your starfish. Well, several years ago, my son approached me about opening a medical practice here. That was an epiphany because that was something that I knew that we could do that would change the neighborhood. So we bought a building, built an eye center and a dental office, creating jobs and providing health care to thousands who may not have had access in the past. So you see, I came back to change my neighborhood, but the craziest thing happened. The neighborhood wound up changing me. For despite the grinding poverty, I found a community of sweet people, dedicated, hardworking, sincere, and spiritual. It was deja vu. Reminded me of my youth, except that now the country is so much richer and this area is so much poorer that the kids that sit where I once sat don't have the chances. And I want them to have those opportunities, nothing more, but nothing less. I'm grateful to have found a group of people who have worked much harder and much, much longer to try and change things. And together, I hope that we will achieve my vision, which is to change this from a place that people drive through on their way to someplace else and transform it into one that people drive to, searching for someplace special. So congratulations to all of you. and be proud of your alma mater for their philanthropy of the heart. Travel your own path, be sure-footed, so that one day you may stumble upon your starfish. Thank you.